Howdy folks, so we got an all-new, very exciting Morbius trailer for you. I'm going to be breaking down all the Spider-Man and Venom Easter eggs that you missed, and as well as some Oscorp and Vulture stuff, so here's everything you missed. Stay with me. For starters, we got to talk about that ending scene where Morbius name drops Venom, saying, "I am Venom," and kind of joking about it, and even that cop saying that we haven't had anything this good since that thing in San Francisco, which is also talking about Venom, which is important for how this movie is played in the multiverse, because a lot of us have been wondering where this fits in the multiverse, considering on the wall of the first trailer we see Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, but later we see Vulture from the MCU, and now with Morbius name dropping Venom, that finally confirms that Morbius is in the Venom sonyverse, which confirms that Vulture is in this universe. He could be a variant of Vulture and not in the MCU one that we know, or it could be the MCU one that we know, but this scene takes place after or near the end of the movie, or some kind of post-credit scene, which is unlikely. But hear me out, Vulture might have been transported from the MCU and into Morbius's universe when Doctor Strange's spell went weary, kind of like how Venom was transported into the MCU from the Sonyverse. But in this case, it would be the fact that Vulture ends up into the Sonyverse from the MCU, which would back up the fact that rumors say that there are only 5 villains in No Way Home, excluding Vulture from the film. So Vulture being in Morbius's universe during the events of No Way Home would explain his absence from the Sinister Six in the new Spider-Man movie. But that doesn't disregard the fact that Vulture tells Morbius that they should stay in contact, teasing a team up between the two, teasing their future places on the Sinister Six. Also, that Oscorp building does tease the Norman Osborn variant of Green Goblin that is supposed to show up in No Way Home to be potentially from this Sony universe. But if Goblin were established in this universe, he would have likely already made an appearance in Venom or something like that. So the Oscorp in this Venom Sonyverse could be run by a normal Norman Osborn, who I doubt we'll see in Morbius, but could set up another Green Goblin for Venom in his Sonyverse to fight in the future. This time being probably Harry Osborn or something like that, and you can make whatever version of Green Goblin the villain of a Spider-Man versus Venom film, which can have Morbius in it, now that we know that Oscorp is a part and established in the Venom Sonyverse. Hey, you made this far, you might as well subscribe if you're new, as well as hitting that bell for notifications so you don't miss another video just like this one. Some other trailer Easter eggs you might have missed: you can see that when the two cops are investigating here, they are investigating the aftermath of the scene we see later in the trailer where Morbius seems to have escaped containment and is killing all these guys. The small vampiric-like origami that Tyrese Gibson is holding, I can see that being something that Morbius made while being in containment before trying to escape. It really does seem at the beginning of this trailer when Tyrese asks what Michael did to himself to have on some kind of washed up boat after 2 months, and Michael has no idea how or why or what he's turned into. That means this whole movie seems to be about Michael learning to control his vampiric side. So the more he gets to know his powers throughout the film, the furthermore he can gain control. A small Easter egg is of Horizon Labs, which made an appearance in the later Spider-Man comics after being absorbed into Alchemax, also being recently seen in the Spider-Man games. Another small Easter egg in the trailer is the song in the trailer where it says, "People are strange when you're a stranger, faces are ugly when you're alone," which is synonymous with the fact that Morbius, has an ugly side and he is strange. Then it says, "Women are wicked when you're unwanted," which means I think that his girlfriend here is one of the ones who put Morbius into the containment cell to likely study him for science. That woman is the wicked one. Thank you all so much for watching. What are your thoughts about Venom being in the Sonyverse, being in the Morbius universe? Let me know all your thoughts on Vulture as well. I'll see you guys in the comments. Thanks so much for watching, and subscribe if you're new. We got plenty stuff like this and more to come. Thanks all.